Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of our F1 Manager Creator Team Career Mode. Today is round number 11 for the Belgium Grand Prix. Do make sure you check out last time in Spain where I've just spoiled the results. We are on a 2 podium streak. 3 in the last 4. Is that 4 in the last 6? Something that isn't under for little side pods. Side pods and suspension. So that should be both completed for Budapest, I think. We've got quite a high risk of losing some car parts this weekend. 7th and
And
8th.
we're in Belgium, in the picturesque province of Liège.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. And at round 14, we're well into the season and the points allocation.
Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
But that is the end to free practice 1. We finished the session in 17th and 20th. Hadjar up there in P4, but the full order is as follows: Norris, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Hadjar, Schwartzman, Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, and Oliver Behrman and Frederick Vesti. We have upgrades to the chassis and to the rear wing coming for not Belgium, not Silverstone, Hungary. So the last 4 or 5 races to go, we'll have the new upgrades. So until then, we're just trying to stay with the top teams, above Aston Martin, above Mercedes, but with McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull. That is our aim until we get the upgrades, and hopefully we can start winning. And that is free practice 2 over. We are going to finish it in 15th and 19th by the look of it. Yeah, Max Verstappen topping this one by some way. To Piastri, Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc, Tsunoda, who had mechanical issues throughout the session, Norris, Sainz, Hadjar and Antonelli.
And checkered flag.
And that is the end of free practice 3. We end the session in 15th and 16th. Perez just getting Bottas there at the end. Yuki Tsunoda topping it from George, Hamilton, Oscar. Let me try that one again. Yuki topping it from George, Lewis, Fernando, Oscar, Charles, Max, Lando, Ollie, Liam. And Perez beat Bottas by 400ths. And we get 96 and 94% driver's confidence going into qualifying.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
Qualifying at Spa is one of the most exciting sessions of the year, and the season's longest lap leaves little margin for error. Drivers need to give it their all whilst avoiding any mistakes.
And here's a driver there's been quite a focus on recently, Karun, Valtteri Bottas.
They're not looking quite as strong as their teammates, so they've got some ground to make up. A good grid position here would certainly help matters.
Not as strong as their teammate because they were
Hold on
400
tight,
slower
because we're
in
getting
practice.
underway.
Now that I've gone early, everyone's gone early. It's just the Bottas curse, isn't it? Just the Bottas curse. I'm hoping that they'll get out of the way though, because this is a relatively straight track. So starting our lap, coming up towards Rouge and Radion, and down the Kemmel straight up towards Les Combes chicane on the Coombe. Pretty sure it's Les Combes, but you never know. Purple first sector for Bottas. Perez does not match it. He goes slower, so it's only a green. That new ERS could be working wonders for Bottas. Into the no-name corner. I don't know if it has been given a name yet. I believe one of the McLarens has topped our first sector time. If not, we're mudded, because then it would have been a Williams. Through these 2 corners and down towards... My mind's gone blank. Stroll gets out of the way of Bottas. Stroll does not get out of the way of Perez. And this Haas does not get out of the way of Bottas, but that shouldn't affect him too badly. Bottas goes across the line with a 40.6, and Perez goes across the line with a 41. No, that'll be a 42.2, right?
And
Antonelli
Right,
with
let's
a
have a look
lockup.
here as we go into turn 8. Struggling with the car. They took a gamble and it was just too late.
Oh, shit. Oh, he's into the pits, that's good. Right, so Perez starts his lap now. Tyres aren't warm yet. I'm hoping they will be warm at some point. Is 90 degrees warm? Yes, 90 degrees is warm. Tyres are warm as he starts his second flying lap. Currently 19th in the drop zone. Needs this lap. It's a green first sector. It's where he got blocked that we desperately need an improvement. The two McLarens are out. Verstappen is on the brink of elimination. If Perez can improve or Alonso can improve, to knock Verstappen 2 places into the drop zone. We are approaching the McLarens. Is he going to get out of the way? He's not going to get out of the way. Come on, get out of the way! Oh, that is so annoying from whichever McLaren that was. And that is going to knock Perez out, I think. No, doesn't quite. He goes P3. That's better than Bottas, actually. What's Verstappen going to do? Verstappen is in the elimination zone. He goes... Okay, he tops the session. Alonso goes in. Norris is out. Lando Norris. It was Piastri that blocked us, but Lando Norris is out in Q1. Charles Leclerc only P14. But the session top 10 is as follows. Verstappen, Piastri, Yuki, Lewis, Russell, Perez, Bottas, Alonso, Antonelli and Albon. Yep, starting our first flying lap of Q3, Bottas in front of Perez. Because I seem to actually be able to stick to my word this race weekend and put Bottas in front of Perez up through Arouge and Radion. There stops a car. I believe it got out of Perez's way, but there seems to be a bit more of a gap now. Bottas with a 29, something, Perez with a 30, so it doesn't seem too unreasonable. Bottas might just be that much quicker this weekend, who knows. We are going to meet some cars in a very bad place, like this one. That is an awful place. Will he get out of the way? He does not. It's a Red Bull though, so it's not too bad. He does get out of the way eventually. Gets out of the way of Perez and much easier. I don't know why he's doing that, but anyway, up towards the line. What's it going to be? Bottas will come across the line first with a 40.3. Perez will be a 40.6.
And reminder, stay negative on the dash.
Piastri slower, Leclerc
Okay,
a lot slower. He's going to finish where Verstappen goes P1, Tsunoda P2. Big names in the drop zone, however. The top 10 is as follows. Verstappen, Piastri, Bottas, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Russell, Perez, Alonso, Behrman, Lawson are your drivers going into Q3. And out in Q2 we have Alex Albon, Kimi Antonelli, Charles Leclerc, that's a big one, Carlos Sainz and Esteban Ocon and Isaac Hadjar all out in this session. Right, Bottas has just started flying lap mode. Okay, we're going to start the lap on warm tyres at least. Nice. So yeah, we'll watch Perez for this one because Bottas this is just a banker. Whereas Perez this could actually be a competitive time, so we'll watch it. As he comes round the Rouge Radion complex, Bottas goes for a purple sector. Goes with a purple sector, sorry. Perez takes it off him. Perez very high on confidence. Bottas just high, I believe. And Hamilton is the last driver to start a flying lap. But nobody is going to get in our way on this lap, which is good. We need that on the last lap as well, please. The purple second sector for Bottas. Is Perez going to take that one off him as well? He does. Going round towards the final two corners. Bottas is going to come round the bus stop chicane. Perez just shortly after him, going to follow him round the bus stop chicane and up towards the line. Bottas has a 40.7, not a bad lap considering the tyres. And Perez does a 40.4.
Copy.
Lawson goes P3, Russell splits us, Verstappen, Piastri go faster, Hamilton goes faster. Two drivers will have a tow, which could be good, could be bad. I don't know. This could be our first pole position, potentially, on the cards. Starting our first flying lap, Bottas and Perez. I've got good hopes for this one. Round turn 1, this seems to be a solid lap so far. Up towards the Rouge Raidillon complex. Need no running wide, no spins, no lockups, nothing. We just need a good, solid lap. Bottas' sector time is a green. Perez is a green as well. No purples in the first sector, unfortunately. Sonoda hasn't done a lap. Alonso's gone up to 7th. And we are coming through down towards Pouhon. Hopefully this would be flat out. Seemed close enough to flat out, maybe just a tiny lift. Who's next across the line? We've got a Haas and a Mercedes. That'll be Behrman and Russell. Behrman is going to put his car, stays where he is. Russell stays where he is. Perez yellow, Bottas yellow. 2 yellow sectors is not what we needed. Massive slipstream down towards the end though. Coming through the bus stop chicane. And up towards the line. Bottas goes P4. Perez stays P5. So it's going to be P4 and P5 on the grid. Verstappen and Piastri still commencing battle for pole position. Who will it be? Up towards the line. Verstappen, can he improve on his 39.8? He does with a 39.6. Piastri only improves by 2 thousandths. It's going to be Verstappen, Piastri, Hamilton, Bottas, Perez, your top 5 as we head into race day.
Well, it's a fantastic turnout, as it always is here in Belgium, as we prepare for 44 laps around Spa.
Motor car racing didn't have the best of starts at Spa-Francorchamps. Only one driver registered for the very first car race back in 1921, so a motorbike race replaced it instead. Times have changed, and now Spa is a solid fixture on the F1 calendar.
Spa-Francorchamps is famous for its long straights and fast corners. Drag efficiency will make all the difference here as drivers zoom through the famous sequence of Eau Rouge leading up into Raidillon. But a twisty middle sector keeps things tricky down on the track. The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived. Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. Time for Oscar Piastri to show what he can do.
They're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds after lights out.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. Get ready, it's the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Let's watch from Perez's POV the start. Perez is going to get overtaken by George Russell. That's not what we need. Bottas can go down the inside up towards the podium places. Perez is going to lose a place. So we are P3 and P6 on the start. George Russell has lost DRS, and Sergio Perez through a Rouge up into P5. He's going to leave Bottas in the dust. However, he's going to leave Russell in the dust, but Bottas has no DRS. Now we are currently P3 and P5, but that could be about to change if Lewis Hamilton goes for this inside move. Perez has lost a place. Bottas can go round the outside of Lewis Hamilton. What a stellar move if he can pull that off. Not quite. Lewis Hamilton just gets the place back. Perez has lost DRS, and Hamilton is being done up the inside by Bottas, potentially his former teammate, but Bottas isn't having any of it. Bottas has got P3, his former teammate, and P5, the man who replaced him, so he will not want to be overtaken by either of those. Bottas on Lewis Hamilton, so let's try and increase their chances, try and get him to use the DRS, and there is Bottas up to P3. Can Perez make a move, possibly? Hamilton's 8 tenths away from Bottas, 9 tenths away from Bottas. Hamilton's lost DRS on Bottas. Hamilton must have an issue, as Perez is now going around the outside of Russell. And Perez pulls it. Not really sure that was necessary. He goes for the inside on Piastri. Nothing coming of it though. Unfortunately, not just yet.
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. The gap opens up for them.
Bottas had to back out of a move from Piastri, and Hamilton just came through with some momentum. find my headphones, keep doing that. Bottas goes for a lunge on Perez, they touch. No damage done between the two, but do not hit each other. This is Bottas's optimal pit stop lap. Apparently he'd come out 10th. Which is where Antonelli is, which is where I thought we would. DRS now, because Bottas is overtaking. Perez, don't do it, don't do it. No, he's done it. That could be bad for our race, but Perez now needs to go get back in. Bottas is going to come in this lap for a new set of mediums. In comes Valtteri Bottas. Perez is back in the range, back in the DRS range. Bottas is going to come in. We need a quick stop to get in front of Lawson. Oh, that's slow. Come on, guys. 6.7. What the fuck are we doing? Barely out in front of Antonelli, for fuck's sake. Antonelli, it's not worth it, mate. Let's back it off where we are. The AI is so dumb in this game. And here is Bottas fighting a V-carb, which he should have done on his out lap, but boo-hoo. Go to the inside, Bottas, you idiot. You fucking idiot. There we go. Down the inside, going to need about 21 seconds, which he still has on the curb, but it's going to need a quick stop, and we know our team does not do quick stops. He's going to get an undercut on all those guys. So in comes Sergio Perez. I don't see us beating Leclerc out, to be honest. 2.6 second stop, it's a good stop, and we do beat Leclerc out, it looks like. Yes, we do, by some way as well. Bottas can go down the inside on Alonso, hopefully. Can't do it through there. Can he get him into the bus stop chicane? Around the outside, no. Down the inside, yes. And Valtteri Bottas is up to P7. Verstappen. Let me try that again. Max Verstappen now comes into the pits for a new set of medium tyres. So didn't like the undercut Perez was getting and decided Red Bull needed to do something about it. He is going to be out in front of us. Perez has the fastest lap time, but Verstappen is just out behind us. Leclerc has just overtaken Bottas. Why can't I ever leave you alone? Why do you need constant attention? Just get on with it. 1% mediums. You is ass. Verstappen overtakes Perez. So you do it down to the bus stop chicane. I don't get how they're always so much quicker than us, but hey. Down the inside, Verstappen goes on his new mediums, into the bus stop chicane, round the outside for the second part, and up to P5 bit. And what is Bottas has now just got Charles out of DRS, so let's stop with that. Hamilton, Piastri, new meds. Hamilton, new meds, and Russell, new meds. Where is Perez and Verstappen are fighting. Bottas is going to come out just behind Piastri, which is an absolute result. And Hamilton is 6 seconds off the race lead, and Perez retakes the race lead. Nice. Down the inside and towards Lecom. Smooth as you like. Easy does it. Into Verstappen. And Piastri just going to get a simple DRS pass on Bottas. Bottas nearly cuts him off, then gives him the space. Piastri goes all the way around the outside. Valtteri Bottas is going to come into the pits. He should lose just 2 positions and be on fresh tyres. There is minimal risk with this. There's more risk with Hamilton, to be fair, who's going to lose 2 places. There's more risk of Perez, who's going to lose 2 places. Good stop for Bottas. He's out in front of Norris, which is crucial. He's going to fly by. Bye-bye, Norris. Perez is going to drop down to P4. And in comes Sergio Perez. Hamilton flies past, as does Piastri. It's a slow stop. Come on, guys. Fuck's sake. Worst pit crew in the fucking world. And now we're behind Russell. 10 laps to go. Right, he's going to go down the inside on George Russell. He's going to get the DRS, so we need to DRS, ERS, power past him. There was Piastri up to P4. It is Ocon and Behrman. They crashed into Silverstone in real life. Ocon's going to go for the dive. Behrman's just going to turn in a very similar crash to Silverstone in real life. And Bottas is gaining on Russell. I believe he's half that gap in a lap. Around the outside.
A crash in the main straight on the left. Crash in the main straight.
Piastri's off. Piastri's off. What happened? Oscar Piastri, clip of the grass on the entry. Oh my, a Haas rejoins and takes out Oscar
Look at the
Piastri.
team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
Agent Behrman, or Agent Ocon. Agent Ocon.
Now I'm just looking here. Possibly Ocon's part of that.
Oh my god. Ocon, is he going to have to crash? Is he going to crash again with his teammate? Yes, he is. He's going to go off the track, crash again with his teammate. He's going to rejoin and take Oscar out. That is awful. The two Haas cars are crashing. And yeah, let's see what we can gain on Piastri. Bottas trying to overtake Russell already. Okay, I'm not against it. He has run the battery out though. Verstappen is going to come home to win the Grand Prix. There's the Ferrari. We needed one more lap ideally. Perez with fastest lap is going to come home and take P2. What a race from him. P2. Very nice race.
Checkered flag.
And unfortunately Bottas is just going to fall shy of Hamilton. What was the gap at the line? 2.1.
Yeah, great job for everyone, guys.
What did he gain on the last lap?
Well
About
done. Really good job.
2.5,
Well
1.5-ish.
And P0.
Yeah, just need
P0.
one more lap. But that is the race ended. Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Bottas, Russell, Norris, Piastri, Tsunoda, Alonso Leclerc.
Good job.
Yes, Alonso Leclerc.
Thank you. Really feel good about that. Fantastic.
Today, Sergio Perez was a true hero, and he deserves every cheer he gets.
Definitely a well-deserved podium. You've got to say their race strategy was very good indeed.
But just look at this. The overwhelming excitement for those celebrating this achievement. No stranger to the podium, the Mexican driver now takes his place after another remarkable race.
And their podium count for this season alone now stretches to 4.
And there you have it, a smiley podium lineup at the Belgian Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And that is that for this weekend's F1 action here in Belgium.
For the next round, we're heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
So it is the British Grand Prix next time out. Bottas went from P4 to P4. Perez went from P5 to P2. The one time we don't do the alternate strat with Bottas and give him the main strat, it tends to be better. But if Bottas hadn't have been delayed in the pit stop by 4 seconds, he would have got Hamilton. And had he have not spent all that time fighting Leclerc, he also would have got Hamilton. So it was sort of on Bottas, sort of on the team. George Russell gets P5. Lando Norris gets P6 up 11 places. Oscar gets done by his team, by Behrman, Ocon, in P7. Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc. Perez gets up above Tsunoda for P3 in the standings, and he closed in on Norris by 10 points. The gap between those two just 14 now, and Bottas gained 12 points, outscoring Leclerc by 11. And closing in on Piastri by 6. And closing in on Tsunoda. Well, I mean, I doubt he'll close in on Tsunoda by the end of the season. We get 30 points. We were the highest scoring team over the weekend. And we gained to just 30 away from McLaren. Now we we minus the gap by 33% this weekend. And we did not get any points in the Pit Stop Championship though. So we just stay where we are and kicks out. We're getting quite a bit on us today. It was car release that was slow, and it was Ray's car that was slow. Okay. We got the sponsor money though, that's good. But let's head back to the manufacturer complete. Is that board attendance at Grand Prix? I never go well at Silverstone, but yeah. The board can attend the British Grand Prix if they want. Right, should we get a new... No, let's not get a new design going. What would be the point of a new design? Let's get research done on the front wing. Yeah. There's an upgrade that's going to be done in 9 days. I did just see some car parts come through. It's under floor 3, but that seems to be the one we already have equipped. So, rear wing 2. It's alright, we'll have new rear wings by Hungary. But, do we need to manufacture a new design? Chassis number 3. What have we got on the car at the minute? Chassis number 2. So is chassis number 3 the new design? Yes, it is. Cool. So we'll head to Silverstone. But thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I shall see you next time for the British Grand Prix in F1 Manager 24. Goodbye for now.